Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Speaker, Engineer Maqsood Malik, Dean Faculty Civil Engineering Department, Chairman of Civil Engineering Department, faculty members, and dear students. I welcome all of you to today's seminar. Before we go into the details of event, I would request one of our students to come and recite few verses from Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يوم تجد كل نفس ما عملت من خير محضرا وما عملت من سوء تود لو أن بينها وبينه أمدا بعيدا صدق الله العظيم.
Now I would request Professor Dr. Khalid Farooq and Dr. Noor Muhammad Khan to come to the stage and present bouquet to our guest.
वेलकम करेंगे अपने
आप लोग 24, 25 या 22 सिविल.
Now I would request Dr. Professor Khalid Farooq to come and address for welcome remarks.
Thank you very much. I will not make any address. I not want to be much before our guest and you. It's always a pleasure and honor to welcome our senior alumnus whenever they come to the department. You people all witness that contribution of our alumni to this department. The department has been fully transformed into a modern look department by the contribution of our alumni. Engineer Maqsood Malik Saab is our alumnus of 82 session. जैसे नूर साहब ने कहा कि 1982 सेशन था और मेरा 85 सेशन था, तो I had the honor कि I spent 2 years in juniorship of Maqsood Saab. Maqsood Saab was connected with the UET and he was contributing. The other day I met him in the Vice Chancellor office and I just asked Maqsood Saab, sir, when are you coming to home? तो हंस पड़े, कहते जी मैं बिल्कुल आऊँगा. तो मैंने कहा सर अपने घर भी तो आएँ, आप यूनिवर्सिटी आपकी ठीक है लेकिन अपने घर भी आएँ. तो मैं सर आपको अपनी दिल की गहराइयों से डिपार्टमेंट की तरफ से, डिपार्टमेंट के स्टूडेंट्स की तरफ से आपको अपने डिपार्टमेंट में वेलकम करता हूँ. और हम चाहेंगे सर फ्यूचर में आप अपने डिपार्टमेंट के साथ कनेक्ट रहें, हम बच्चों को मेंटोर करें, गाइड करें. मकसूद साहब की स्टोरी मकसूद साहब की ज़बानी ही सुनेंगे हम. जब से ये ग्रेजुएट हुए हैं ऑलमोस्ट अमेरिका में हैं और वहाँ पे अमेरिका में एक बहुत बड़ी अपनी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप चलाते हैं, बहुत बड़ी कंपनी के ओनर हैं, तो मेरा ख्याल है कि आप लोगों के लिए इट इज़ अ ग्रेट मोटिवेशन। तो मैं वंस अगेन आई वेलकम, वार्मली वेलकम इंजीनियर मकसूद मलिक to this department, rather his own department, and I am sure that you people will enjoy his talk. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. The title of today's seminar is Career Development and Entrepreneurship in Civil Department. Our speaker, Engineer Maqsood Malik, is a proud alumnus of Civil Engineering Department, UET Lahore, and currently serves as a president and CEO of M&J Engineering USA. He has more than 2 decades of professional experience in civil and transportational engineering. He has led major infrastructure projects in New York metropolitan region. He has led including highways, bridges, and IDS projects. He is a licensed professional engineer in the United States, Canada, and Pakistan, and widely recognized for delivering complex public sector projects with technical excellence and leadership. Now, I would request Engineer Maqsood Malik to come to the podium and deliver his address.
Thank you, Ji. Assalamu alaikum. And thank you very much, Honorable Chairman Sahab and Dean Dr. Farooq Sahab. And I appreciate your introductions, very honorable introduction of myself. And I'm honored to come back to my school, my home, rather. And I will try my best. It's my mission and it's my commitment to myself to give back whatever I learned through my career, through my journey. It's a long journey. I'll try to squeeze it within the given time, and I will make it very comfortable and realistic, and not to give you a lecture on soil mechanics or hydraulics. You already have gone through that. You already have enough on that side. So I'm gonna be talking to you the success, how you can gain the success. This is eventually we all seeking. This is the mission, this is the thought when you go to school and you talk to your parents and you discuss, okay, which direction I'm going to go. In our country, usually people say, okay, parents says, either my son going to be a doctor or he's going to be an engineer. I'm sorry. So, then we make a decision that is the turning point of our life. That's what contributes to further success or failure, and that is the key point and the most important time of your life. So, anyways, whatever you decide, whatever your passion is, whichever direction you want to go, I just wanted to start with that. Okay, always, just concentrate and be passionate. Whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do it from your heart. Never go by, emotions or with a burden in your heart that, okay, I'm stuck here, I'm going to do that, and don't go that path. You're never going to gain nothing out of that. And one of the things which I always say, and my first and last and my favorite message to all of you is, just don't fear. Don't fear of anything, especially in your career. Don't fear of failure. Do not think that you're going to fail, what's going to happen, and you're not going to succeed. I will just give you little examples in my career which I have seen and which will, I guess, motivate you. So, as we talk, we will go through, and if you feel you're going to stop me and ask any question, feel free to do that. Don't hesitate. It's not, like I said, a curriculum lecture. It's an open talk in a way. It's a seminar. It's something for you to learn, something me to tell you about my journey, about my success, and whatever you feel, again, you can ask me. So let's start it. As Dr. Saab introduced me, my name is Maqsood Malik. I am alumni of this school, This is my home, and again I'm honored. So I'm going to jump start from my career. I graduated from this school in 1988. I joined C&W department as a work charge, whatever you call it, engineer, junior engineer. So I worked there for about a year, and then I was kind of restless to do something better in my life. I didn't want to stick on one place, so I had my appointments with different departments here, for example, LDA and railways and irrigation department. I had the opportunities to go there, but I rather decided to go abroad for further education. So this is whatever, again and again, whatever I'm going to talk, whatever I'm going to say, I'm not going to just boost my resume to you. I'm going to try to send you guys a message. It's not going to be just me doing this and I am the prettiest person on the face of earth. It's not that. There's going to be a message in that, and you can ask me, why is that, how is that, and what happened. So all the above, you're going to talk. So anyways, my journey started from this school after I graduated. Like I said, I worked here for a year and then I went abroad. I went to Canada with my wife. I married at that time. I took admission in Concordia University in Canada. I always wanted to go for further education. It was somehow in my mind that moving forward or being success, I have to have a better education, better degree. And at that time, being honest with you, I never thought I had enough. I had enough education from the school. And that I learned through my journey. When I went there, I joined New York State Department of Transportation, which is the biggest department. Like here we talk those days, PWD or Communication and Works Department or any other. So it was huge. It was huge. So I took my civil service exam. That's what we call it over there. And I had second position. Actually, I keep claiming third, but I recently got my papers. I didn't look at that, but I was number 2. So I was degrading myself up and down. And I had no further education, nothing whatsoever. I was only for a few months over there. And I was proud of myself. And that was the time when there was a recession. And it was Bush Senior's time, if you know that. That department laid off that particular year, I'm talking about year 1990, early 1990, 20,000 employees they laid off. And it was an Eid day, and I got a phone call that I have to come for an interview. And I thought first it's an Eid day, maybe somebody is cracking joke and it's not real. And then they said, no. I said, okay, so when you want me to come for interview? They said, today. And that I was even more confused. I said, really? So I was in Salvatni with my friends and we enjoying it. But I said, okay. So I went there. So they offered me a job, very challenging job. And I asked him a question. I said, why you hiring me? On the other hand, you laying off 20,000 people. 20,000 people. He said, well, you have second position in the whole state, so we never lose talent. We always hire, even we are sinking in an ocean, we always hire top 10 people. No matter what happens, even we have to pay out of our pocket, we're going to hire top 10 people. I said, okay, so lucky me. So the message in this one is to tell you, not that I was very brilliant, but you are in good hands. This school is the best. All you have to learn, you have to, pay attention. Do not waste your time. There is a saying, it says that ordinary minds discuss people. Okay? If you're just gonna be like here and there in gossip, so you're gonna waste your time. Then it says average minds discuss events. So average people talk about, okay, what happened there, civil department is this, electrical department is that. Okay, that is, to me, is a waste of your time. But the great minds discuss ideas. Come with an idea. Talk to your professors. Think they are not your only professor, teachers, they are your friends. They are your mentors. They can guide you. They have seen a lot. They have spent their lives. They have given to their experience life. And my late father, God bless him, he was also an engineer. He used to say the most expensive education is the experience. Okay? So you're going to follow a path to be successful. Success does not come in a day. Don't try to cut corners, don't look for a shortcut. Sometimes it takes decades, sometimes it takes a lot. Okay, giving you an example. Thomas Edison. You know Thomas Edison? Okay, who invented the bulb? Now because of him, the whole world is there. We have light. Anybody knows how many times he tried to make a bulb? Huh? 10,000 times. 10,000. If I ask you to count 10,000, I think my whole seminar will be over. Okay? So he did not give up. He did not say, okay, enough is enough. He did not say, I'm wasting my time. He said, no, I'm going to do it. It's my passion. So at the end of the day, he was successful. And because of him, look at all these lights. Okay? So people asked him, he said, how you feel when you were failing? He said, no, I was not failing. I was just learning 10,000 different ways how to make a bulb. And now I know 10,000 different ways how to make a bulb. So every time was a unique time, unique way to build it. So think like that. You're not failing. You're not wasting your time. If you are passionate with something, you can be successful. I'll give you another example from another alumni of our school. And I'm a very proud friend of this gentleman. I invited him to come here, but unfortunately he's not here. He's alumni of the school. He was my class fellow. He got distracted. Very intelligent man. And he graduated in 1995. So technically 8 years after us. He was attending school after a very difficult time in his life. He was attending classes with 8 years juniors, and sometimes his fellow students called him uncle. So he didn't give up. He didn't say, okay, I'm going to quit, I'm going to leave, I'm embarrassed. No. So I'm not just telling you because he completed his degree, so what a brave man he was. No. He made it a success. He made his family proud of him. He left from here. He went to Dubai. Now he is claiming that he is the only Pakistani who is at GM level. His expertise in high-rise buildings with no limit, like no limit meaning he can build a building up to sky. No limit. So he is the only Pakistani GM alumni of the school doing great, doing excellent. Not only that, he is helping a lot of his class fellows. A lot of people graduated regularly by taking exams at the right time. But his passion was somewhere else. His story is different than all of us. So the message is, don't afraid of failure, don't afraid of hardships, don't afraid of any hurdles in your life. Manage it. Try to manage. I understand we have sometimes financial difficulties, we are afraid of this, afraid of that, okay, sometimes we get married, we have families. Like I had family when I went out, abroad. At one time I had 4 kids, and my fellow friends over there, engineers, and they were making me afraid that that one time you have 4 kids in college, how are you going to afford it in that country? and it's not easy. I was not afraid. I said, no worries. I'll work. I'll make it happen. And I did. I managed myself. I managed my risks. I managed my career. I was doing some other side businesses here and there, just to protect myself and my family, but I never gave up. And I always try to find passion and success in whatever I do. Another little thing. I never played golf in my life, not in Pakistan. So, you know, there is a selected people, handful of people, they go through that road or they have that privilege. So, I got an opportunity as a resident engineer, and I was working at that time for a large firm. So they said, you have to play golf because you're going to meet clients. So, you know, it's a better way to communicate, to get success and all the things. So the point is not what I'm going to tell you that I'm a great golfer. The point is there was a success hidden behind that. Yes, I did play cricket, I did play hockey, I did play squash in this university, but I never played golf. So guess what? I won 5 times championship in New York State DOT region. I won 2 times in Connecticut championship. And I'm the only golf player probably on the face of earth who played golf like cricket. So whenever I win, and they were so afraid of me, they say, this freaking Maksud, he don't play golf, he play cricket. And I'm the only golfer who do not swing. I play on back foot. I play golf on back foot, like we play in cricket like this. So, but I was so accurate, I was so passionate, I was so concentrating myself that this is going to lead me to my success. This is going to give me an opportunity so I could impress my clients. So then everybody was coming to me. Everybody was wishing to be my partner. I was getting phone calls where I was going for job opportunities. Later, these people come to me, can I be your partner? Can I be play with you? Things like that. So try to, explore yourself. Try to get that success out of your heart, out of your body, out of your brain. Nobody can, open your brain and put it in that unless you want it to do. You have to open that door. You have to open that window. So just think what you are good in that, what you can do. And just sitting in the classroom and being a bookworm or reading or getting A grades, I don't think that's the way to go. Yes, indeed, it is important. I'm not saying you just don't do that, but you have to add into that. You have to go into different activities. Look at the God scholars in the world. Who gets that? Not only the A student, no. You have to show them you are in extracurricular activities, you are in sports, you are in other things. You have to do volunteer work. You have to help other people. My daughter is one of my, I have 5 kids. 3 of my kids are engineers like myself, civil engineers. And one of my daughters is a doctor, second one is becoming doctor, and she usually go to do volunteer work. She go join the cancer societies, stuff like that. So the other thing which I'm going to cover here, for your success, you have to do networking through the other people. You got to join the professional societies. You got to talk to your seniors. You got to look for successes. You got to look for successful projects. You got to talk to people. You got to learn from them. Not only just advise me. So what they're going to advise you? Your father always going to advise you, don't go this way, don't go that way, just do good things. So what that's supposed to be? You got to do something. You got to come with an idea. You got to learn. So that's what you have to learn. So we're going to go through these slides. Maybe that will help you. So let's see what we have here. This is my first time I'm seeing these slides actually, so forgive me if I miss anything or whatever. Okay, so like I said, my late father was my first mentor. He was not only an engineer, he was also a teacher. He was teaching a young electrical engineer graduate from this school at that time. And his specialization was in transformers, and very highly motivational type of person. He always tell me, never afraid of any failure, never go back, never, think any other way, but try to get more and more knowledge. Knowledge does not carry any weight. It's not like you're going to be, oh my God, I have 2 tons, on my shoulders. No, it's not. It's easy. From wherever you can gain some knowledge, something, get it, grab it, and apply that. Apply that to the practicalities, to your practical life. Okay. So that's my father. Then, by the way, I was very good in math and physics, so I had the distinction in my, what we call as a college in 11th and 12th grade, which is, so that's what it was. I was on my 9th grade, इसको 9वीं class कहते हैं ना. I did very good, but I had a tutor. He made me a class monitor, so I deviated from that. But good thing I was also controlling class, so that was a little different side. I learned how to control others. So, but I lost my time in that, and in my metric, I had a C grade. So I didn't got. So even I could not go to a good college. I went to government college, Bhagwanpura. But then I revived. I commit to myself, and I topped my college in FSC. So I got here in this school, this university. My merit was in mechanical engineering at that time. So mechanical engineering was considered like very disadvantaged. I'm not going to say anything else, because civil was, but you are here. Everybody wants to be a civil engineer, because you know the reason. I'm not going to go there. So I took an opportunity to go to Peshawar University, and I was the head of my batchmates. And I completed, there was annual system, I completed my 1 year of engineering from Peshawar Engineering University. And I got the migration back to here, and I joined my batch fellows in second term. So I came back where I actually belong to. But I was ahead of my class fellows. So anyways, then I got involved because I had tons of time. It's a lesson again. I wanted to do big above and beyond my education. So I got into politics. I ran for the CR. I lost first time, but then I won. So I wasted my next year in my politics and all this work, which I could not manage properly. So again and again, there is a message. So try to think, try to organize, try to manage. And then on third year on, I go back again to my education more than anything else, because that's what I thought where I'm going to go is going to improve my education, not anything else. Okay, so then this is a little, I already spoke with you. I'm a professional engineer, licensed professional engineer in 11 United States. I'm a PhD in Canada, and of course I'm a registered engineer in Pakistan as well. So there is something that Canadians have a different standard for you to get the professional engineering license. They do not test your knowledge in engineering. They said you have enough education, like I was saying before. So they test you for regulations, laws, so actual examples of actual court cases. So that's what you have to pass, and then you get your license in that. So this is like little different. The theory is you're not only going to be like good in soil mechanics or structures or whatever. You should actually know what you're doing. Is that ethical? Is that going to be, you know that it's going to be your responsibility? So that's what it is. I am serving currently at Columbia University. I'm one of the directors over there. I'm on board of directors for the Society of American Military Engineers. It's an elected position. I've been elected for the last 7 years. Okay, these are the memberships I have. ASC, AS, CMA. So the message here is that you guys also have to go for the professional, societies memberships. For example, I went to PEC yesterday. They have some programs, they have membership programs. So you go there, it gives you some sort of motivation, some sort of guidance, so you can follow that. I got many awards, some of them are listed here. I got recognized by the Mayor of New York City. He gave me a small award, and Nassau County, where my head office is. So the executive, meaning the mayor of that county, gave me that citation. Okay, so this is the timeline. I started in 1988, and in 2026, I have almost 500 professions work for me. So I don't know if it's too much time or not, but there are not too many people doing that. So this is like ultimate dream I can have. I'm ready to retire. As I said, I have 3 kids, they are civil engineers, they are taking over my business, but I made it a success. So in between, I had a business of home inspections, where I was again utilizing my talent. This is what we call here evaluations of homes. When people buy homes, they wanted to evaluate the houses or whatnot. So me being an engineer, Manhattan, what we call New York City, had high-rise buildings. So nobody wanted that franchise. It was the franchise. Nobody wanted to go there. So again, I was, engineer. I graduated from this school. They gave me very good education. They gave me real good fundamentals and knowledge. So I was not afraid. I took it over, and if somebody was charging $500 for the house, I was charging $5,000 for the building to inspect. So that made a huge difference in my economics and in my growth. So again, no fear. Okay. So again, my firm is now, we ranked 33 out of 50 CM firms in America, the construction management firm, which is a huge achievement in that sense. We have many awards. We have about 4 dozens of awards as of today. Again, it's a big achievement. Again, my career, I already spoke on that thing. Okay, this is the strategy. I would say that yourself skills, your skill matters. What you are good in that, explore that. If you are good in soil, go to geotechnical. If you are good in structures, try to go structural. My story goes also again back. I was somehow very good in management, and construction was my passion. But I heard that geotechnical engineering is the most difficult one. So I wanted to go geotechnical engineering. I was also given an opportunity to work as a research assistant in the lab. And somehow the school didn't have enough students, so I chose go back to construction management. And that happened to be my success later on, and that was actually my talent. And I had 3.7 GPA in my master's over there, and a couple of my professors in Primavera and CPM scheduling, they told me that we never had a student like you. And we had a group of 4. I have a German with me, I have a Greek guy with me, and I have an Egyptian with me. So your Pakistani brother was teaching them, and they still could not get the whole clue, but the professor kind of recognized me in that way. So I explored myself, I applied myself, and my professor was asking me to contribute and help him out in that sense. So that's what it was. So then at the end, if you are good, you are successful, go toward leadership. Go to teach others. Whatever you know, share it. Don't restrict to yourself and say, oh, if I'm going to tell this guy, he's going to, cut the line and go in front of me. No. If you are that tight in knowledge, you're never going to be successful. Trust me. The best student, the best leader, from student to leader I'm coming, is the one who contributes, who teach the others, who help the others. Because look, you don't know who you teaching, who you sharing, who you telling. He understands that's or not. But what you teaching, you're never going to forget. You're going to be more better in that. You're going to be strengthening your knowledge in that sense. So never hesitate. Never ever hesitate. I'm going to show my notes to this guy so he's going to get A and I'm going to get B. Don't. That's no good. So trust me, this is a lesson learned type of thing. So go for that. Okay, again, this is a little bit about that, not that important. Same thing, you got to, manage the risk in life, whatever you have, especially when you make an engineering technical decision. You got to think, whatever is the outcome, you're gonna own it. It's not you're gonna blame to the other guys. No, pointing fingers at others. You have to take the leadership. You have to talk. You have to tell them. You have to have a courage. Yes, I'm gonna take the responsibility. Don't hide behind others. Do not. If you're gonna do that, you're never gonna be a leader. You're always gonna be a slave. You're always gonna be depending on someone else. So try to build in yourself, get yourself that confidence. I'm not gonna go step back, but I'm gonna move step forward always. Okay, again the graph. What I'm trying to say here is that year after year I had success and every following year was better than the previous one. And that's what I'm talking, that's what my strategy was. I always in the beginning of year set goals, then I set tests, and then I achieve results. And every year, it was a blessing or it was a strong planning or whatever you call it, I achieved my goals within the 3 months. It was 12 months plan, but I always get it completed, always. So that was, blessing of Allah, whatever you say. But again, do not blame Allah for your failure. Allah not going to come down and say, okay, wait for my angel, I'm going to bring you success and sleep well and be happy. No, you got to move forward. You got to make an effort. You got to, give something to your career, to your make good efforts, and then see the results going to come. My belief is every one of us get the opportunity to be successful, and you're gonna be. If you try, you will be persistent, and you will get it. Okay, so $10 billion worth of successful completion of work in these many years. It's a lot. It's a lot. So if you count billions, it's too much money we're talking. And we are not talking even small projects. The projects from 1 million to 2.5 billion size. So my firm is doing it as a prime. We are the prime consultants on these size of mega projects. So that is an honor, that is my pride. These are a little bit about my firm. We do construction management, design, IPS, material testing as well. These are again my clients, US Army Corps of Engineers. Here I will just talk a little bit about my elder son. He's another fascinating, person or story for me. Me being a civil engineer, I pushed myself to be a civil engineer. So old-fashioned, stereotype father, I have this business, so who's going to control it? You got to go for civil engineering. Okay, my father is a crazy guy. I'm going to go civil engineering, no problem. So, but he did not leave his passion. His passion was in electronics, in space, in robots. So I did not know. My wife told me that my son in his first or second year, he built a robot to disarm like if there is a bomb, so the robot will go to disarm the bomb and it will be safe. And still his robot is in an exhibition hall in NYU. Okay, so, but he was afraid of me in 2000. So now, he was with me in my business, but on side, he was applying himself to what he was good at. And he was in space technology. He was making contacts with US Air Force, US Navy, FEMA, Department of Homeland Security, you name it. And now, I didn't know that. He had his own firm registered on site. And he has now a huge contract, $675 million, one contract. He got it from Saudis, the Saudi government. He was one of the speakers in Qatar the last week he came. So he never left his passion. He never left his, will. He never followed my path. And then he started calling me, my other son, that we are concrete guys. He's the technology guy, he's better than us. So, yeah, of course, he's better in that sense, that he's doing more intense engineering, he's doing more critical work in a way. But what we do, we are proud of ourselves too. So we are not failures. If he's successful in his own plate, but we are successful on the other side. So that's what, just wanted to let you know. If you see something coming to you and you feel like you're good in that, so don't give up that. Don't waste your talent. Don't throw it away. Okay, we are in East Coast. I have 16 offices in America. I have given presentations to Pentagon. It's because of actually my other son. I was giving presentation with the Air Force General who worked for me. And I think I did better than him. Again, my education was more intense, more in depth, and that's what it was. So I accept all the challenges, and now my commitment is whatever I get, I'm trying to give it back to my community through building their career in leadership, in training, in mentorship. Whatever it comes around across, come to me. I'm more than happy to help any which way. So, we are all engineers. I got news for you, we all know that, but engineers build the world. We build the world. Okay? We are the backbone of this world's economy. I will not say only Pakistan, but we build infrastructures. We build bridges, we build tunnels, we build canals, we build sewer system, we build water supply systems. You name it. You tell me any one project, any one structure which does not have engineering there. So engineers are the backbone of any country's economy. They are the silent builders of a nation, which sometimes we are not being recognized. But no worries, your role is much bigger than anybody else. You should be proud of that. You are in a profession which is noble, which is contributing to your country, which is contributing to the growth of your country. So without engineers, the economy of any country does not pause. It does not stop. It's complete stop. It's dead. So think of your role. Think big. Like I said, we are the nation builders.
सर बच्चों को इन्वॉल्व कर लें क्वेश्चन आंसर
G, sure. Anytime, like I said in the beginning, anything come across, if I'm boring you or something you're not interested, if you have a question, you can ask me. G.
Any questions? We have a question
Sure.
at the back.
Volume.
Third year student from civil engineering department. I have a question that you said that other firms are taking $500 for evaluating the houses and you took $5,000 for the buildings. So I have a question that how do you client hunt? Because client hunting is a very difficult job and how will you just make the portfolio such stronger?
Okay. So that particular franchise, it was owned by an accountant. Okay. The gentleman who was the owner of that franchise was an accountant, not an engineer. He was the money guy. So the franchise was open to anybody can buy it. And I bought it in that region of 5 boroughs of New York City. I was engineer. I bought franchise in 2 boroughs. So 2 other boroughs belonged to someone else, and the 5th one was open. That was New York City, the downtown area, what we call Manhattan. If you're not an engineer, you're not gonna go into high-rise building or multi-story building. You don't know structures. You don't know anything. So when people gonna hire you, they're gonna certainly ask you questions, no? And then you're gonna write a report. You're gonna tell them what's wrong with the building or what is good or bad. So based on that, I had that edge. I had the knowledge. I was passionate with my profession. I know what am I doing. So whatever I asked, I charged it. So where else am I gonna go? So there was no competition. So that's what I'm trying to, that was the message actually. So I found a niche in that and I took advantage. And if I tell you, I did not buy this franchise. I didn't pay a single cent to the franchisor. I was just doing a favor to them actually and making my money. So that's what it was. Is that the answer you're looking for? Okay.
Any other question?
I think I'm too good in that.
We are looking at farmer students who used to be sitting over here. Maybe you will be following his path, maybe you will be making your own path. So if there is any confusion, ask it. He is 30-40 years ahead of this time. 40 साल का experience. The most expensive thing is experience. पूछ लो कि मुझे ये चीज तंग कर रही है, मुझे ये चीज तंग कर रही है, इसको कैसे सॉल्व करूं? गवर्नमेंट में जाऊं, प्राइवेट में जाऊं, बाहर जाऊं, यहाँ करूं, शादी पहले करूं या क्या? सारी चीजें पूछ लो.
Sure.
Sir, you have a question.
Anything.
My name is Mahan, third year student. My question was you were talking about yourself and your classmate who went to Dubai, you yourself went to USA. What about students who want to live in this country, who want to grow in this country? What are the opportunities or what direction do you think? Project management, structure, what direction you suggest that we should go to?
यहाँ भी स्कोप है कि नहीं है?
No. I never said that there is no scope here. Did I say that? Anybody heard that word from me? No. Actually, if you had paid attention, I tell you this. I took my professional engineer's exam in America, right? I was tested for my knowledge. Engineering, they are all EIT, engineering training, is all basic sciences, physics, mathematics, all the above. The second part is pure design, structure design, water resources, all the above, what we learned, right? I passed that. My master's degree did not teach me any of these. And when I go to Canada, I applied for my license and I had graduation from America, from a very known school. And guess what? They said, we do not recognize that American school, we recognize your UET. So you are okay with that? Because I was asking them for 1 year toward my master's degree, a credit toward the experience, because you have to have 4 years experience before you take the exam. So opportunity is here. So if we do not have the best education here, so from where this knowledge is coming? From here. There are tons of opportunity in this country. Okay, it's not that. There are a lot of my good friends. They are very successful. I actually met one of my friends, Ahmad Mukhtar, if you heard the name. He's a big time architect, right? So he is one of my best friends. I was with him yesterday.
एक architect यहाँ भी बैठे.
Gee, I know.
Can I add something to what you said?
Mhm.
जो बच्चे ने सवाल पूछना कि पाकिस्तान में स्कोप क्या है, तो वी आर एन ऑस्ट्रेलियन कंपनी, हम पाकिस्तान आके काम कर रहे हैं प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट फर्म. सो जो पोटेंशियल है वो होता है, इट्स अप टू यू कि आप उसको किस तरह एक्सप्लोर करते हैं. तो पाकिस्तान इज वेरी मच पोटेंशियल कंट्री, तो इसमें डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया से आके पाकिस्तान में काम कर रहे हैं.
Oh, not only that, so I was not finished my answer to you yet, but I'm saying, having all these successes, I am compelled to come back here, and I'm opening an office here, and I am going to be hiring people from here, and that's what I was talking to my people. Get the projects from here. I have much better talent here, and much cheaper, so we can get that done. We can get done work from here. So there are opportunities, but again, you have to look into that. You have to look into the market, which direction is going. There are a lot of major projects. We were, pursuing projects from there to work here. There were hydrokinetic energy projects. There were dams projects. There were highway projects. We were pursuing it. It's not that canal projects. We were pursuing it here. Railway projects. There is a big rail project in Balochistan. So we are pursuing that. So opportunities are of course here. So like I said, there is no country without infrastructure. So how are we going to run the country? If I'm saying you are the backbone of the economy, how the government going to say no, we're not going to build no roads or nothing? There are opportunities, but you have, that's what I'm saying. That was I was emphasizing. You got to look for mentors. You got to join the professional societies, professional, organizations that they can give you this knowledge. They can lead you in that direction. But believe me, there are opportunities here. It's not we are actually it's more opportunities here than there. Don't look at me alone. I had 200 class fellows in my session. So bring another one like me here. So you do the math and probability of being successful in those countries. Half of my class fellows or my batch fellows are in Canada. I'm not picking on them, and I'm not saying it's a bad country or anything like that, but they are all hand to mouth. So what would you call that? It is what, that's what they call me here, why? So I share why I'm different than others. What happened? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. People, those who are here successful, so what happened to them? That's what you have to know. That's why you have to get the mentor, you have to go, you have to do networking. The word of mouth is the strongest networking. It's the strongest way to get for me, it's the strongest way to get talent. I usually say to my friends, do you know any good person to hire? Do you know any good engineer to hire? Okay? So don't think, believe me, America is not an easy country. It's very much regulated. It's a tough competition. It's very difficult to be successful. Very difficult. I was working 18 hours a day. 18 hours. How many hours do you see around people work? Okay, so that's the difference. You want to work here 10 hours, 8 hours, you will see the difference. Okay, I have a cousin. He is senior director of Punjab Revenue Board. Okay, senior member, I'm sorry. He's alumni of this university too. Okay, and I know he is extremely hardworking. Extremely hardworking. So he grew. He found the right opportunity. Okay, he never went outside. He never said, I'm going to leave this country and go out. No. It was just for those days we didn't have good programs towards master's degree or all these. The passion was actually to go get for education, to get high education, and be more compatible and more distinguished in a way that, okay, I have a master's degree, like that. But your knowledge up to bachelor's degree is sufficient. It's more than enough. It can take you to your destination. So,
All right, thanks. One more question.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed the presentation. It's kind of autobiography by a person. You already mentioned that you started with your job and then you went for higher studies and then you started your business. So I was wondering if you can just tell us that if you have to follow this path where you want to be an entrepreneur, so what sort of mentality you need to have while you are finishing your education, and what is different, what difference a person who wants to be an entrepreneur as compared to a person who just wants to find a new job should have. So how your approach should be different, and in which phases of life, for example, 10 years you have to do job and then transform partially, then fully, and then, so, thank you.
great question, great question. Okay,
I'm the only one writing your words, by the way, I guess.
no problem. They also get recording me too. So, you can go back and ask me again, as many as times you want. I will share my number and my email. So, like I said, it's a very good question, very much pertaining to this session, this topic. You start your career, you wanted to know how the world runs. You wanted to gain some experience. If I have my son, he's owner of my business, right? If God forbid something happened to me, he's by default, he owns that firm, correct? How is gonna run? The people, above him or more experienced than him, they're not gonna accept him. No matter what it is. It's a matter of professional prestige. Where is that prestige? That's what I tell my son. Where is your prestige? How are you going to talk to a senior guy? That's an art. Business is a different pair of shoes. So you have to, I sent my son to the field. Go stand in rain or snow there or sunshine or whatever the weather is and learn what they're doing outside. That is the real world. That's what I'm trying to say. From a mentor, you're not only going to get an advice. I can give my son an advice. Hey, you do this, you do that, this is good. No. You got to give them a real world training. You got to give them the guidance to get the leadership in that. That is your business. But if you don't have no knowledge, how are you going to do? Your employee asks you a question. For example, you got stuck. I'll give you something example. Oh my God, this guy is not doing a good slump. If I don't know, I'm going to say, huh? What are you talking about? Let me ask someone else. So, what am I going to do? Ishmael, I'm a stupid guy. He's going to look for some other company. So, the key is first you establish yourself through your knowledge. That's what I keep pushing. Again and again, message that you're in a very good school. Again, the ordinary mind, discuss people. Average mind, discuss events. Great mind, discuss ideas. Do not waste your time. Learn. Okay, you have an opportunity. Now if you ask me, I swear to God, I was visiting with them the lab, I feel to come back to school and learn again. So this is the passion you have to create in yourself. So I was, when one of my, he became my partner, my supervisor. When you go for some test, you have to have recommendation letters, or he got to recommend me. So he wrote about me, very funny way, that Maqsood is a civil-minded civil engineer. Okay, I never expect that, so you are a civil engineer, so you have to be civil-minded, you have to be very ethical, engineer, you have to be fair and honest with your profession. So that's what he was trying to say. Then he wrote next sentence, with the business bent of mind. I still remember, I read that recommendation. I said, okay. Okay, civil-minded civil engineer is another one, but I can digest that. But what my business mind has to do with anything? He judged me that when I make decision in the field, when I talk to the contractor, when I talk to the other professionals, I talk in a way, I take the lead in a way that I can lead. I have that ability. And my first job was given to me not in civil engineering. It was mostly in electrical engineering. But I made it a success. How? Because I took the challenge. I, managed the risk, and I was ready to accept the outcome of that. So then I decided that I'm going to go for my own business. And I was so good in whatever I had. I know there are opportunities. Look, let's go there. Look at Jews. Why the whole world is sleeping? How many they are in the world, and how many we are in the world? No comparison. Okay? But they come from education. They explore. 65% of Jews are college graduate, what we call the university. Right? Imagine if there are 1 million, so 65% is what? 650,000 out of a million are the graduates from engineering school or whatever school or graduates. Where in the world you're going to find this percentage? So the knowledge comes from there, and then they find out, they explore. This person is good in business. They send him to business school. He's going to be a good doctor. He go to the medical field. But at the end of the day, what they do? Not all the Jews are business people, no. So again, my son-in-law is a doctor too. He always come to me. He said, "Uncle, I want to do my business." I said, "Okay." So I'm not a doctor, but I can tell him how to do it. I said, "Okay, so find a good practice. Start it from slow. Don't leave your job. Gain experience. Gain your licenses. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Get your education, higher degree. Your higher education is basically an experience. Okay, get certifications, whatever needed for the business. Business is very much regulated thing. It's not like you are 9 to 5 and you have no worries. Do you have a passion in that? And can you take that pressure? Because here the tide is going to be reversed. Because over there you have no tension, you just go to your office, you work, you sleep, whatever you do, you go back home and you rest, right? But a businessman's phone never turned off. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Somebody asked me this question in my, that podcast, that how you fail. You asked me the other way around, same question the other direction. I said you fail if you have no time. If you have no time for your business, and if you draw a line, if you limit yourself, then business is not for you. Are you ready for that? Can you sacrifice that? So you gonna be dedicated your life to your business. What's gonna stop you? Trust me, you go for 10 jobs, you might don't get 8, you might don't get 9, you might don't get any of them. But next round your turn gonna come. You're going to start from slow. You're going to find a way. Like I did. I was not all of a sudden a hero from here and go there and they said, "Oh wow, thanks for coming to our country. Here is the job tray for you." No. I go as a sub because I had a unique experience. So I go to different people who I worked with and I told them, "You know me, you know my dad. So let's go together, let's work. I will be your sub-consultant. You use my name. I go to run the job." So they said, "Oh, okay." So that's how I started. And then slowly I grew. So like I said before, the success is not going to come in a day. It might take decades. But at the end of the day, like I gave you an example of my friend. 8 years after us, he graduated. Now, he is very well off. He's loaded with money, if I say in that sense. So eventually you're gonna go work for money, right? So what was that? 8 years after me. So he was out of the race, but he came back and he is doing his own business. He's very successful. So this is what it is. Motivation is good.
Just one
Last
last question.
Sounds a message over the message. So I wanted to ask, while starting your business and obviously growing it, how did you raise the capital that was required? And at the end, yes or no, can anyone become an entrepreneur?
No. That's a simple answer. And you actually hit the nose. That was a good question, but this is like a key question. If you go back a little bit, I said no fear. That belongs to that one part. Because when you have a responsibility, that scares you. Otherwise, why are you going to be scared? You're doing your job. You know what you're doing. You are an engineer. You know this building not going to fall down tomorrow. So this is not your fear today. If it fell down after 20, 30 years, 100 years, okay. Or everybody going to be dead by then. So, but this money part is very, very scary part. It's very important. Yes, you have, financial challenges. You got to manage your capital, like, over there you get, a loan from bank, but bank does not give you unless you have something to, put it in escrow or something like that. In my case, I found a rich guy, and he happened to be a Jew. Okay, so he was my partner in the beginning. So we all invested money. I told he believed in me very much because I saved his neck. We had a PowerPoint job and it was all electrical and he got stuck. So it was a design build job. It was a $50 million like 30 years ago and 50 megawatt project, a power plant to build for a village. And he was running the job himself. The plant was supposed to be built in 3 months, 90 days. And they were not successful, and they were liquidated damages $100,000 per day, and we were already in 4th month. So when I go with him, he said, "Oh, I got a new site engineer with me." So after 2nd or 3rd day, they kick him out. They said, "We don't want you, we want him." And that gentleman became my friend from that on. I saved his $4 million for 90 days, remove all the liquidated damages. And then one day he called me, he said, "Okay, what can I do for you? You saved my neck." Not only that, I got him a piece on the second power plant as well, second project. So he was super impressed with me. He said, "Okay, you work for me directly." I said, "Okay." So then he asked me one day, "What do you want?" I took the opportunity. So this is another thing I forgot to tell you. Your success is equal to right timing and right decision. That is success I have. I found it my right time. I immediately asked him, "I have a dream, I want to do my own business." He said, "Okay, how can I help?" I said, "I have no money." And he looked at me, he first asked me, "So how are you going to do it?" I said, "You asked me." He said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Okay, no problem. I believe in you. I give you the money to establish a business." And he didn't give me all the money, he helped me. And then I won the project, and first you do the job, and then you're going to get paid. Nobody's going to pay you up front that, "Okay, next year you build my house, here is the money." It's not going to happen, right? So I got a job. I go back to him. I said, "I need a loan." He said, "Okay." He gave me very little money, but that was enough for me. And then I had my own house. I might put my house in a mortgage to a bank. I go to the bank, I show them my projects and everything. I made an effort. It was not like coming to me, no. He did not offer me, "Oh, you did a huge favor to me, you made me successful on my job, so here is your $1 million. It was not that. It was my own innovation, it was my own effort, it was my own commitment. Hey, listen, you're not going to lose your money, you know me. By the way, from his own company, my supervisor, my branch manager, she looked at me and she was a failure in her life, in business. And she said, okay, how long am I going to wait for you to come back? I looked at her, I said, never. And she laughed. She said, okay, we'll see. So now I laugh with them. They come to me now to go together, go work together. I'm not making it up. I have 11 joint ventures with that firm, and I'm leading. I'm leading it. So I crossed that hurdle, and believe it or not, the biggest challenge I ever face for this business is the financial burden. Because you commit to your people, it's not like here, that okay, the government not giving pays or salaries to people for months and months, no. There you have to pay, because people have the medical bills, they pay the mortgages. The life is very difficult over there. Like I said, if you don't get a salary for a month, you are on street. Bank gonna foreclose your property, your family gonna be living on street in a car box. So what are you gonna do then? So you have a responsibility. It's not like I have a business, I'm not. I have a responsibility of 500 families. So this is what it is. So that's what I'm trying to say. You got to manage your risk. This is one of the biggest risks. It's a global word, it's a big word, but a lot of things hidden in it. So that's when you get into the practicality. So doing business is not easy. It's a passion. It's an art. So you got to manage it. You got to be a very good manager. Actually, go one step further in. Anybody can manage anything. So what makes a difference to a manager or a business owner? So the owner has to be a leader. And by the way, leaders do not take credit. They give credit. Right? So when you give credit to others, they motivate you. They do more. They go one step further, what you expect from them. Because now you are motivating them. So this is an art, and it's a big thing to give somebody credit, because then he's going to come back to you, he's going to say, okay, where is my bonus? Didn't you say I'm doing good? You understand? So, but great question, that you have to manage the funds. Just one last thing for you. If I didn't have all the money, I added 4 partners. I said, I'm not going to gobble all the money, I'm not greedy. If I have 10 firms and I have no work, no money, so 0% of 0 is what? 0. So if I have given 50% or 49%, I keep control 51%. So at least these people will, my effort, their money. They are Americans, they have money. They will sponsor the firm, and they did. So I share with them 50%, plus they bring more knowledge. So 50% of something is 50%. 0% of 0 is 0. So this is the theory you have to establish. That's what you got to do.
Right. Right, sir. We have to conclude here. Thank you very much. Thank you. No problem. Have a seat.
We can continue in the faculty room.
No, thanks.
Thanks for
Thank you very much, sir, for insightful talk. Now I would like Professor Dr. Noor Mohammad Khan to present note of thanks.
Thank you very much. We were listening the words of wisdom from a very learned person, very experienced person. As always, we are thankful to our alumni. They have always given us time. They have always shared their knowledge, their experience. They have helped us in improving our infrastructure also. We are thankful to our alumni always, and we are thankful to you, sir, for sparing time over here. Few keywords which I was writing, which Ali was saying that I am only the person who is writing. We have listened that, listen to your heart. सबसे पहले जो इनका मैसेज था, जब आपको डिसीजन करना हो तो विद द नॉलेज जो आपके खुशी हो जिस काम में उस तरफ चलिएगा. बट बिफोर दैट लिसन टू योर पेरेंट्स आल्सो. इन्होंने पेरेंट्स को सुन के फिर अपने हार्ट की सुनी थी. देन ही सेड नेवर फियर. तो ऑफ कोर्स बिग डिसीजंस में बड़े डर हैं, बड़े खतरे हैं, लेकिन अपना बेस्ट होमवर्क करके फिर अपना डिसीजन लेके फिर अल्लाह पे छोड़ते हैं, फिर वो फिर अल्लाह के खाते में चले गए. or you have to do hard work. Laysa lil insani illa ma sa'a. Hard work, movement के बगैर कुछ नहीं है. और top is always open. इन्होंने बहुत तरक्की कर ली, इनसे ऊपर की जगह अभी भी खाली है. तो top is always free, top is always open. तो आप इससे भी आगे जा सकते हैं. और country is not the boundary for you. Pakistan is one country. You can serve here, you can serve in Gulf, you can serve in Canada, you can serve anywhere. So for you, and be confident, be faithful in the teaching of this department. Our teachers are putting hard work, our teachers are putting efforts, and hopefully when you will be graduated from here, you will be also a good technical educated engineers with this kind of soft knowledge also, this kind of allied knowledge also. So message to you is be confident. This is a time of learning. He was one of the top students. तो वो जो कभी कभी मैसेज आता है यार आजकल की पढ़ाई में कुछ नहीं है, go for the skills वो, तो सर ने उसको थोड़ा सा नेगेट किया मेरे ख्याल में. तो this is time of learning. You have other years to enhance your skills, but don't waste time. अगर यहाँ पे भी टाइम मिल जाता है, टीचर ज़्यादा असाइनमेंट नहीं दे रहा, तो enhance your extracurricular and other activities also. With this, I am thankful to you again, sir. Sir, I am thankful to you also for sparing time over here. We will be having, I think, a group photo.
Sheet.
Okay, we will having a small ceremony of sheet and then group photo, and then we will be concluding. Thank you very much, sir.
By the way, you guys asked me about business, mostly people ask and must be wondering, there is any foreseeable or construction or if I may say proudly construction type of work. Our industry worldwide is $15 trillion industry in the world. Okay. So you figure 15 trillion is a huge number. So there is opportunity. All you have to do get on your feet and get your piece. Okay. So don't be afraid again. Try to find a way wherever you can and find a wealthy partner.
Now I request Professor Dr. Noor Mohammad Khan to present shield to our honorable guest.
I will request professors to accompany me. This is the right.
Make it.